Do you like to make gorgeous, colorful cards in just minutes that you can be proud to send or give? And are you a butterfly lover like I am? Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Heshik and I am sharing an inexpensive product that results in cards like these after foiling and simply adding some die cut sentiments. In this packet from Picket Fence Studios of the Flutter Fly Fabulous Foiling Toner Card Fronts are 12 card fronts that can be foiled in a laminator or a Minc. There are 2 each of 6 patterns. They're shown here. These are the ones that I have left. I've used many of them, but as you can see, it's a beautiful overall butterfly pattern. And then some of them just have a few. Now these cards can be used for foiling because that is toner patterns, or you don't have to use foiling if you don't want to. So I've made many cards with this packet already. This one here is foiled with one of my favorite Deco foils, which is rainbow shattered glass. I just love the ones that have different colors and movement in the foil like that does, and all you do is add a sentiment and you have a gorgeous card. Here's another one that I use that same foil, and I cut strips out of the pattern and added a sentiment. So of course all the details on all the cards that I'm showing you will be on my blog, and links to the products and the blog posts are in the description box. I was inspired to buy the Flutter Fly Toner card fronts by a card I found on Pinterest by Carol Hintermeyer. And when I started playing with them, I realized her card was not foiled at all. She simply brushed on ink and cut out her card with this fabulous layering Fauna butterfly die that is also from Picket Fence, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a card like that. But first let me show you one more. This is another one of my favorite foils. This is from Gina Fancy Foils, the Twinkling Pink, and again there's some movement in that. And here's one where I brushed on ink and used an embossing folder and foiled the sheets with that pink. But let's try one that isn't foiled at all. So I am going to brush on some ink onto one of these backgrounds. I think I'll choose that one for this one. And then you'll see that the black shines, shines through. You don't really need to even foil these at all. So I'm just adding some Simon Hurley blue ink all around. A little darker on the edge and then a little lighter to the middle. And we can use this toner card front as the background and as well to cut this die cut out of. So I have cut the shadow out of white, and now I'm going to cut the pieces right out of this card front. Now my die cutting machine is off camera. It's too big to show on camera, but we'll quickly run it through here. So we're going to keep all those pieces and put them back together on the white. Use the background, create a card. I will stop to do that and be right back. So here is the finished card that I made, layering those pieces onto a white butterfly and putting it back on the background that we created and simply adding a sentiment strip. Here is another one that I made. Again, just inking on the black images that can be foiled, cutting out a strip, and then I inked in a different color to make the butterfly. This part here, the outline itself, is from another foiled card that I made, and I didn't want to waste any of that foiled beauty. Here's one that I made with a foiled background, and then I stenciled a pretty stencil from Brutus Monroe on there. And then this one is using the very same background, which is a second generation use. So I foiled here, you can see that is another rainbow foiled, and then this what was left, and I didn't want to waste any of that beautiful foil, so I put it through a second time, and I created that background, and then I add another foil butterfly on top. So all sorts of different ways to use these fabulous foiled toner sheet backgrounds. I'm going to show you a couple more. On that last card here, I used a toner sheet from Deco foil, which created those black butterflies in the background and grabbed all of the extra foil so as not to waste any. But nowadays there are many different kinds of toner or polyglaze sheets that you can use, and I'm going to use a white one to capture the foil so that the butterfly image is white, not black, which I really like that option. So I'm going to use this pretty background, and I am going to foil it with one of my favorite rainbow foils, which is a Brutus Monroe Rain Glow rainbow foil, and it has stars and it has a rainbow, so it's very beautiful. Again, has that movement of those stars. I have preheated my Minc machine here, but with a Minc machine it only takes a few seconds to preheat, as opposed to a traditional laminator, which takes much longer. So I am going to simply put this through my Minc machine, and then I'm going to put it through again with the white polyglaze sheet to pick up any foil that is left, and I can make a card with both of those images. One is going to be a background, and one I'm going to die cut that beautiful picket fence layering Fauna butterfly die out of. So we're going to pull this up and reveal a gorgeous foiled rainbow background that was made simply with one of those toner background Flutterfly. And then this part here is just way, way, way too pretty to waste. Now there are two sides to this white polyglaze, and what you want is the one that feels a little, I don't know, glossier, I guess. This is like plain cardstock, and then the other side, there's definitely a feel to it that you can tell which side you want. And we're going to put the leftover foil through the Minc machine again. Now these techniques can be done with laminators. They can be done with other machines. I just happen to have the Minc, and again it warms up really, really, really quickly, and also maintains its heat through a play session better than a traditional laminator does. So it is my favorite for these techniques. So you saw that sheet of foil that I had. I am now removing that, and I have absolutely no waste whatsoever. And I have another sheet. So out of that one sheet of the Flutter Fabulous Foiling Toner card fronts, I now have 2 full sheets that could be used for card making. They could both be just beautiful backgrounds. I'm going to put them together to make a card. So I'm going to use this the Layering Fauna butterfly die, and cut it out on my die cut machine again. And of course this is going to be the background, and I have a black butterfly prepared to layer these pieces in. I have a card base. I have chosen to put this onto a slightly larger black piece, which is 4.5 by 5 3/4, because I didn't want to lose any of this background, and I wanted to be able to layer this, which is rather large, on here. I have these pieces die cut. They're going to go into here. When I was gluing the white ones on, I noticed that it was a little hard to get it lined up, so I die cut an extra black piece so that I can line up the inside pieces much easier. This part here is just way too beautiful to get rid of. I'm sure I will punch some extra butterflies or other things out of that. Then we will have this, and I think I'm just going to leave it right on here and pick those pieces up and glue them on to this black piece so I can see exactly where I want these to go. First we'll take the butterfly body. Let's piece. Out and put it in here. And then I want to take these in order. Here it is. This piece is the first one. There's the second one. And because we have that die cut shape there to work with, it is real easy to see where these will go. So as you can see, I'm following the pattern, and I will continue to do so and come right back. So this is the beautiful butterfly that I was able to create with that second generation foiling using the Picket Fence layering Fauna butterfly. I've put some strips here of foam tape, foam strips to raise the butterfly wings up to have him flying. And I have a glue dot in the center, and I'm going to attach that in the center of that beautiful background that we made with the first generation of foiling. So this part is down and these parts are up, and our card is complete. Of course I could add a sentiment, but I think he's just really beautiful just the way he is on there. This is the border that I cut out, and again, that's way too pretty not to use. So you could put more foiled in the inside or white, but definitely we'll be using this as well. Here's another version of this card that I made with foil that is pink and gold. So here's the first generation on the background, and then the second generation again with those white polyglaze sheets. And so if I had used a black foil sheet, all those parts there would be black, but I think the white is prettier on there. In that case, I did put it on a black background as well and put a sentiment strip. So each packet of these Flutter Fly Fabulous Foiling Toner Card Fronts, you get 12 of these. So you could make 24 cards out of them if you wanted, or you can use them again without foil. I hope my cards encourage you to give some of the ideas and products a try. Watch the next video for some more ideas for fabulous foiled cards.